All right, here, let's talk about some sports. I know a lot about that. Okay, Florida repeated, Joakim Noah's come out, blah, blah, blah. Then the Diamondbacks were actually picked by some dude to finish first in the West. That ain't happening. Dodgers are taking the division. They made the playoffs last year. They kept most of their core guys out of Luis Gonzalez, so that's a very good situation. Regarding the MVP, even though Steve Nash has a spectacular performance last week against the Mavericks and their blowout win, I still feel Dirk Nowitzki is the MVP. Some people might call for LeBron James and Kobe Bryant, but that just simply fools because Kobe Bryant is the 7th seed, and he's got a chance to even get out of the first round. They'll probably lose to the Suns, as a matter of fact. Steve Nash is a two-time MVP, but now it's time for another guy to win, white guy to win it from Dallas, and that would be, of course, Dirk Nowitzki. As far as my pick for the finals, going to go with the Spurs. They're playing hot, they're playing fast, they're playing flashy. Not really, they're boring. But they have Tim Duncan. He's a stellar player. Two-time MVP in his 8-year career. He's won 3 titles. They also have clutch player Robert Horry, who's won 6 titles, going for 16 years. That would be quite amazing. I think he would end up in the Hall of Fame if that were to happen. From the East, I'm picking the Pistons to beat the Bulls in the East Conference Finals. You heard it here first, right here on Lewis Live. Actually, didn't hear first. Someone else said it before. I stole it from somebody on talk radio. And before then, just remember in January, I told Wolfman that Florida was going to repeat. And even though I picked Georgetown earlier, I picked Florida at the beginning. The beginning is what counts. The first thought is the most important. I'm just kidding. But the first cut is the deepest, baby. I know. Try to love again. And speaking in baseball, as far as the team we're going to pick to win it all, I'm going to have to go with the one and only team from New York City. That'd be New York Mets. Not Metropolitans, not the Yankees, because the Mets have the pitching, the hitting. They don't have the pitching. They have Beltran, Delgado, Wright, Reyes. Everyone coming up the middle and everyone doing their job. And the Mets are going to smoke that division. There's a competition. Some people might say the Phillies that division because they have the MVP in Howard, but it's not going to be enough. Howard's just one player. Phillies barely achieved 500. Obviously, they didn't even get in the playoffs, so they suck. And the Braves aren't doing anything. They don't have any players except for John Smoltz. Should have been traded to the Tigers in the midway season for a reliever. Had the Tigers gotten the reliever match, they won the World Series, but said they lost in 5 games to the St. Louis Cardinals, which is my favorite team. Ha ha ha. Pujols was an MVP. He wasn't MVP of the World Series, though, so think that over. Who was the MVP day the next time? Jewish? No, he's not. But today is Saturday. Good Saturday, that's right. And other things to speak of. Roger Clemens, should he come back? No, he's 43 years old. Give it a break, old man. You suck. Actually, he doesn't suck. 2 years ago, he also won the Cy Young. In fact, in 2004, he did win the Cy Young. 2005, he was close. He didn't win the Cy Young, he had the best ERA with a 1.18. I actually think he was on steroids. So was Barry Bonds. Duh. They wrote a book about it. Barry Bonds, get out of this game. But he would have been a 500 player. And that's something to think about and comprehend and compensate and think it over. Because had he not taken steroids, he would have been a Hall of Fame player because he would have had 500 home runs and 5 stolen bases without the steroids. Therefore, should he go Hall of Fame? Pre-steroids in 98, he would have been a Hall of Fame. Something to think over. Kenny Griffey Jr. also Hall of Famer, never took steroids. Should have? No, shouldn't. Alex Rodriguez, will he break out of the clutch? This could be the last year of his as a Yankee because he'd actually at the end of this year, and he's got 3 more years if he wants to stay with the Yankees. But the problem is that he doesn't play in the playoffs very well. I think he's going to turn around this year, and I think the Yankees will get into the World Series, but they're going to lose to the Mets. Subway Series people predicted right here. Get your Ogies, gyros, whatever you want to call it. Gyro ball from Keiichi Matsusaka. I don't know. Some guy on the street is going to make $50 off selling a gyro because of the Subway Series. That didn't make any sense. But Kaizuzaka is pitching Ichiro Suzuki from Japan, both from Japan. That's going to be a big deal because it's going to be in Fenway Park. And those Red Sox love their baseball very much because there's nothing else to do in Boston. Boston's really cold. And there's a lot of ugly people in it, if you think about it. They're all looking really weird. And they all have accents. And it's all very, very strange situation. That's why I love Phoenix, because although you have people that are running, it's kind of strange, boring, and dumb, the weather is really nice because it's pretty hot. And I like hot better than cold because hot, you don't have to put anything on. But cold, you got to put stuff on. And it's shivering, you're freezing cold. Hot, you sweat, work up a sweat, and you smell, but it's okay because I don't shower anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Then speaking of hockey, no one cares about hockey. So I guess we'll speak about it. What team do I pick? I don't know. Montreal Canadiens. They've won 22 titles. Go for 24. I don't give a damn. It doesn't matter to me. I don't really. 22 doesn't equal 24 if you have to win 2 cups in a row back to back. But you know what I'm trying to say. And keep on going as far as the boxing industry. There's no current heavyweight champion right now. So let's talk about the bigger fight between Oscar De La Hoya and Floyd Mayweather. Like I said, I like Mayweather big. Knockout in 7. That's what I predicted. Oscar's not the fighter he used to be. He was past his prime. He's 34 years old. He's making $40 million on the fight. That's absolutely ridiculous. And second, I'm not going to put up for the law, and I'm not going to pay the $50 and get the scrambler and get the fight for free. But I still think Floyd Mayweather's going to kick his ass, and that might be worth $50 to begin with, like I mentioned on the previous show. And another thing to think about is the fact that Vitaly Klitschko was coming back and did very well against some fighter he fought. I don't know. I think it was from Russia. Some big dude. But there's a 7th guy named and he's the current heavyweight champion. So it's very straight. Barrel Hawkins is going to come back and he's going to fight Jermaine Taylor. Nope, not. He fought Jermaine Taylor twice, lost in controversial majority decisions. But a guy he's going to fight is Mickey Wright. Like Mickey Wright because Mickey guy's got more technical skills. And as far as the grass behind me, I like it cool because it's green and it kind of reminds me of Israel, sort of. I know they got these flowers. I was a little concerned in the really beginning about putting this on the show because it might have had one of those scripture things from the New Testament, which I'm not really cool with. I drink coffee and caffeine. That's why I'm like this right now. But at the bottom, if it would have said Yeshka this, Yeshka that, I wouldn't have really liked it too much. I was thinking about not putting it up. It kind of freaked me out. But decided to put it up because it reminded me of Israel, and I think it was from a calendar because they had these things at the bottom, those blue things that got the seeds and they spit out. You know what I was thinking was really cool around this time when I was in Landmark, and I think someone spilled these seeds on the floor, and the principal made us all pick it up. I didn't want to pick it up. I don't have to do that. Better than going. That's true. Then I remember going to college one time. I was there for 2.5 years. We had a ball. But ASU doesn't really that good at basketball. They didn't make an NIT. I don't think they won 1 game, 2 games in the Pac-10 tournament. I don't really know. Don't really give a darn. As far as Greg Oden, stay in school, kid. You suck. No, I'm just kidding. You'll be the number 1 pick in the draft. You got to go for it now. Got to get the money now because you'll be the number 1 pick. But I still think the lottery is rigged. Will they give the lottery pick to the Hawks? No way. Hawks suck. Suns are getting that pick. Look out for that. They could get Joakim Noah himself, who won 2 times before, as I mentioned previously at the beginning of this rant. And I still think Joakim Noah could add a lot to it at the NBA team he plays because although he's not a real star player, he's very solid. And that's what the Suns need. Suns don't need a star player because Sean Murray and Mario Starr and Steve Nash carry the load, and they just need Joakim to back him up. But again, Suns are winning this year. Suns will lose to the Spurs in the second round of the NBA playoffs. They're going to lose the semifinals. That's going to be really sad. It's not like the D'Antoni's going to get fired or Steve Nash is going to be traded or Mario Starr's going to be traded. That's not going to happen. But it's going to be kind of sad considering there's a lot of problems at the beginning of the year that they were going to win the whole thing. But the Mavericks themselves, like I said, will lose to the Spurs. So it's not really a deal. Everyone's losing to the Spurs. Spurs are going to win the title. Duncan's going to get his 4th ring. Rob Horry will get his 7th ring. And again, like I said, get in the Hall of Fame. And other things to think about is the NFL football draft because the Raiders have another 1 pick and there was Jerry Porter said that they have a lot of holes and they need to get a bunch of people. I don't know what they need to do. I'm going to go with Brady Quinn being the number 1 pick in the draft. Here, let's take some calls. Yes, you're on the air. Hello. Wake up. See, that's why I like doing the rant because my rant was better than listening to that garbage. Yes, you're on the air.
Lewis, baby, you need to speed up. You're talking way too slow.
Yeah,
way too slow.
No,
man.
you're right, Wolf. You're right, Wolf.
You sound like an old 33 record on the 16.
I'm getting old, man. I just turned 24 last week. I'm starting to get old.
Yeah, that's okay, baby. I got another serious scientific question for you here.
Go ahead, Wolf.
All you astronomy fans.
Yeah.
What did the comet say to the jungle?
What?
Green dump, baby.
Damn right. I like how you said there are astronomy fans watching this show. Yeah, right. Astronomy fans, okay. People watching this actually could be because most people watching the show probably can't get laid, so they're probably into like science and stuff. Yes, you're on the air. Hello.
I think that was the greatest.
It was the greatest. Thank you. Yes, you're on the air. Hello.
Yes, I'd like to make a request.
Go ahead.
I'd like to request the song Pretty Woman from Larry to Liz.
Okay. Pretty woman, walking down the street, pretty woman, the kind I like to meet, pretty woman.
Me, pretty woman.
You know the truth, nobody is as good as you. Ba 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 ba, mercy. Ba ba ba. Pretty woman, walk a while. A pretty woman, got your style.
Girl in the whole wide world.
What? Pretty woman, say you'll stay with me, 'cause I need you. I want you tonight. Come with me, baby. Be mine tonight. Pretty woman. Have a good night.
Pretty woman.
You're on the air. Hello.
Hey, Ari, Danny again.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, how do you know that Jesus is Jewish?
How?
Because he lived at home till he was 30.
Yeah, that was pretty good one. I like that.
Thank you. Ask Mom.
Was Mom told you that?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. All right.
All right, take it easy.
All right, thank you. Have a good one. It's a hat trick for my bro, calling in 3 times. That's pretty cool. All right, we got a lot more left in the program. Stay tuned.
For Passover, babe.
What? Oh.
Green dump.
Wait, is that a Passover baby?
Green
you said?
dump.
Hold on, wait a minute. Passover baby? Okay, I'm trying to determine if that was an anti-Semitic call or not. All right. Yes, hello, you're on the air.
Hi, Lewis. Thank you for the picture of the green back there. It
Sure.
reminds me of my hometown in Ireland. I just called to thank you there. Thank you so much, lad.
Well, sure.
I hope tomorrow was a good one for you.
Yeah, well, my favorite soap is Irish Spring. Do they make that out there in Ireland, sir?
No, we don't use Irish
Hey,
Spring. That is
hey,
a
since you're
racial,
from
that is
Ireland,
a
right?
racial
I want you to tell me the
stereotype.
capital of Ireland.
I'm sorry, son. You're talking too fast again and I can't understand you.
What is the capital of Ireland?
I'm going to go for a long shot and say Belfast, lad.
What?
You talk fast, but you listen slow.
Yeah, you stumbled to that answer because you don't know it. What is it? Yeah. Ireland might took us.